No, so if you're supporting yourself right now, if you're independent right now, and you finally meet the right guy, he has everything you look for. But the only thing he wants you to do is he wants to be the one working, and he wants you to stay home. Would you be okay with that? If he's the right guy, he has a height, he has a job, he's committed, he loves you. The only thing he asks you to do, I want you to stay home and take care of business. Even though you are independent, and that's one thing he just wants to ask you if he's going to put a ring on your finger. Would you be okay to do that? And add to that, because this is what they ask: if you're on social media and he doesn't, and you are out there posting revealing pictures of yourself, he wants that removed. And if you remove, stay home, he will put that ring on your finger. Would you guys do that?
Stupid.
Oh, shoots. My bad.
Who's going first?
So I'll start
I
with
think go
MK.
first.
MK. Go MK.
Definitely not.
Okay.
I'm not gonna ever give up my independency of not working and not making a living for myself ever, ever, ever.
Okay.
I did that once before and it got me to shit. So I'm not gonna wait around for someone to support me. In the sense of like when something better or bigger comes along, they move along. Like I don't have that trust enough to let go of my independency. As far as that's like money wise, okay. But as far as like posting and stuff, yeah, I post crazy because I'm single and I really don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But if I'm in a relationship, yeah, I have much more respect for my other half, and I'm not gonna post what I post, and I would probably change up my content a lot.
Okay.
And like I said, I post crazy and people like comment, like guys will comment whatever, and my DMs are what it is because of what I post, and I understand that. But there's a lot of people that like my energy, that like my positive vibe, that like my craziness, my I don't give a fuck attitude. And so yeah, I'm not going to change who I am in my post, but scale it back a little, because I believe that if you're in a relationship, you should have respect for your other half in that sense.
Okay. All right. So yeah, so you would make some changes if you met the right guy.
Yeah, I would definitely make changes, but I wouldn't give up making my own living.
Okay. All right. So if he so you wouldn't be the housewife if he asked you to be the housewife.
No.
Okay. All right.
Never.
All right. Single. Okay. Tasha.
I think I agree with MK. I don't know. For me, I'm really independent. So I mean, even if you do come with a lot of money, I just like having my own money, and I don't think I can ever rely on someone so much and depend on someone so much to the point where like if they were like, oh, like I can support both of us, like you don't have to go to work, like I couldn't do that. It's not in me.
So even if you meet a guy that's totally a good guy and will support you, you let him go because because of that. I just want to ask that.
Yeah, I don't think I could be with someone that would like. I just feel like if you love me, you wouldn't try to take away my independency.
But that's why I was like I told you guys before. It's not. That's just how the way men love, and that's one of the things that I feel like a lot of women struggle with. Like we can't change the way we love. Like when we always want to be the provider, the same way you want to date a guy that makes no money. So
I mean, I get that, like, like you guys want to be the provider and stuff, but I mean, like that's how you guys love, and like you guys can't change that, right? Just like we can't change the fact that we're independent and we are the way we are. So, I mean, at the end of the day, if you really think about it, if you want to get technical, you don't truly love me for the type of person that I am, because when you met me, I was that same independent person. And you can't ask me to change that about myself because I won't. That's just something that I cannot compromise, just because I'm not going to put myself in a position where I'm going to depend on you. And then in the end, there's a possibility of it not working out. And then I'm going to be stuck there with nothing, It's just something that I'm not going to compromise myself like that.
Okay. Well, I've heard a lot of women say that they want to be independent. I do want to ask you guys this, because usually when I talk, because I do believe women can submit to a man if he's good enough, if he's the right man, like she'll be willing to submit. And I feel like for a lot of women, the reason why they're independent is because they had an experience in the past where they went through some type of something that they had to be independent and strong to survive that. So they carry that mentality to be able to live their life. And I understand that there's so many things that could happen, whether you didn't grow up in a home where something happened, that you have to rely on yourself. So you have that independent attitude. But I do believe that a lot of women, they could, if you meet the right man enough, you guys could submit to him. And all I'm saying is, like, if there's a guy that you might meet one day and he's willing to give you the world and be a great husband, which we know there's a very few men out there like that, you still let him go?
I mean, you can help add to my world, but I'm not asking you to give me the world. Because I mean, I don't know. I guess for me, and mind you, I'm speaking for myself, not for everyone else. But for me, it's like there's nothing in this world that a man can give me that I can't give myself.
Thank you.
So
okay,
that's just where I stand.
Okay, and all right. And the thing is, you guys can add on this. I feel like that one of the challenges today in modern dating is either men or women, but I do see there's women that they like, I don't need a man to do this. But I feel like it's like this independence. But in reality, relationships is interdependence. So we have to rely on one another. Like you said, they can't be that's why relationship is a teamwork. It's team effort. So there is no like me. And then I've seen that a lot of from both men and women, like especially both men and women are very independent, and they struggle to be with a attractive partner, because in a relationship there is compromise. Like you have to be willing to be able to share and be okay with depending on one another. And I feel like that's one of the struggles of the modern man or the modern woman today that's very independent, and they struggle with attractive relationship, because in a relationship you have to work together, and there is no like, oh, I can't give up this. And I feel like a lot of women are like that nowadays. Because I see a lot of beautiful women all the time, and they struggle to attract a man. And then the guys like, and I talk to the guys like, what happened with that? And they'll be like, well, I was trying to love her, but she just wants to, do her thing. And I feel like that in order for a relationship to work, especially if you want to attract the right guy, there has to be some type of like connecting and giving up something, because relationship is all about sacrifice and giving up something. And I just feel like that's something that a lot of women today that suffer, especially as they get older. And then they always end up talk to them. Oh, there was this one guy I met in the past. He was willing to do this, but then boom, now it's over. So, because at the end of the day, the whole purpose of it is just we need to find love. And I feel like sometimes people come in, especially if you're very independent, people do come in to be in a relationship with you, but then, like you said, you let that person go, and it's very rare to find those people nowadays. That's just my thoughts on it.
I mean, like, yeah, like, like you're right. Like you do have to compromise at some point in a relationship. Like you do have to like be dependable on each other in a relationship. But if you're asking me to fully depend on you 100%, like that's not a relationship. Like a relationship is 50-50. Like I feel like we can compromise. And I feel like that's where like the whole prioritizing comes in your relationship. Like you guys have to prioritize like, each other as well. Like I'm not going to fully be a stay-at-home wife. Like that's something I can't do. I can work and like cut my hours back and like spend time with you and our family. I can do that. That's the kind of compromise that I can make. But I cannot compromise like being fully dependable on you.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you this. What if he's able to provide more than enough for you to never have to work a day in your life? More than enough.
I mean, that's fine. But I don't know, like maybe I'm just weird, but at the end of the day, that's
no, let be honest.
I like to have my own money. Like I like to work for my own money. Like I don't want, like I said, I don't want to fully depend on him. No,
well, I'm just saying is what happened if you met a guy that he just happens to be a very wealthy, and he loves you and appreciates you good, and so there's no reason why.
If he fronts some money up front, then maybe. I mean, if there's like some sort of security that if it doesn't work out, then you'll be okay, then that's a possibility. But like not having a security to fall back on, like like
I'm just saying,
catch you. Then
if you meet a guy that makes a tremendous, a good amount of money, and he has more than enough resources to take care of you, and more, and he does, and you don't have to worry about that no more, because he just wants you to be at home and don't have to work.
But what's the security?
You're married to him.
I mean, but you got to be
Marriages
married to a
don't
certain
last.
time to be able to tap into his assets. So
No, like I said, of course, when you guys marry, like you said, it's already 50-50. You guys know what it is. Like he's willing to share everything with you. Like his money is your money.
I think Tasha's right. Like you might scale back on working, but you want something for yourself. So if he has a lot of money, then he would support if you wanted to start a business. Or if you wanted to do something that's going to make you some income that you don't have to make as much as you're making now, but there's some sort of income that you can make off of his money. Like, for example, he gives you money to open like a restaurant or like a clothing line or something that keeps you, because you don't want to just, I don't want to just stay at home and do nothing. Like, I want to be able to do something. So maybe not work so hard where it's a 9 to 5, but there's something there that's generating income for myself.
Yeah. Like you could do something at home.
Yeah, then that's doable, but not just like not having anything for me, anyways.
Because today when I talk to like the men that are ready to make a lot of money, they, like I said, I'm just coming from them, from us. Like the more money a guy makes, the more he doesn't want his woman to work. Like that's just how like most guys are. Like the more money they make, of course, if you're in the same level, of course you guys have to work together to pay the bills. But if a guy is more than taking care of that, he can provide more than you. He just prefers you. Most guys that make a lot of money, like they prefer their woman not to work. So
how about you put all of us in a group chat and we'll figure that part out.
So I'm just saying is like if you meet a guy like that.
Hear from Peti. I need to hear from Peti first.
Yeah, I need to know her.
Like, don't listen to me. I'm not the one.
Tasha, just to clarify with Tasha is like if you met a guy that was very he was willing to take care of you, and it's like he's faithful to you, and you want to be with him because you want that independence to be able to work, even though he's more than willing to share his resources, half of everything, and you don't have to worry about anything, and he'll take care of you and take care of your family. But you can't work no more. That's a no for you. Tasha?
Oh, you're asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking you, Tasha. Yeah.
No, I
You say no?
No, I can't. Like, I don't know. That's just something I can't do. You know, like I said, like I can't just completely be a stay-at-home wife. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and just look at these damn walls all day. Like, no. I get that you have enough money to take care of us and like have our future set, but I need to be able to go work and do something myself. I mean, like, you know, like, I don't know, for me, I have goals. I have like dreams and stuff too. Like if I'm trying to like work towards those goals and dreams, I would expect you as my husband to support that. And if that means me having to go like to a different location to work or something, then like you should be able to support that instead of being like, no, you need to be at home all day, every day. Like, no,
no, and I understand where you're coming from, and that's something I always hear from a lot of women, right? If a guy is making more money, why should he support me in my career? But like I told you guys before, like it comes down to our love language again. Like for guys, like I said, that's just the way we want to provide. We want to be the provider, protector is within our biology. That's the way we show love. So, so a lot of the women are very independent. It's going to be and naturally you guys are going to be very independent, make more money. The dating pool for you guys to find a guy that's willing to let you do that, when the majority of the men will willing to come in and say and be the provider for you, because that's how majority of men show their love. So I'm just saying is for a lot of the modern women, you're limiting yourself with that dating pool because there's not a lot of guys out there that would willing to come in a relationship and let you be independent. Because most guys, like I told you before, we're very territorial of the woman that we want. When we want to marry a woman, lock her down, we want to be that person, that man for you. And that's just so that's why I'm just, like I said, like, you're free to do whatever you want. But I'm just saying is you are limiting yourself for a lot of men out there, potential suitors. So you have to find that one guy that's going to come in, love you, have all those qualities that you do want, but also he has to be masculine. You said you want a masculine man, and like I told you before, the more masculine a man is, the more feminine he wants. But
I mean, I respect you guys' preferences, but I don't know. I'm gonna just say it like this: like at the end of the day, Like, y'all can have your preferences, but I would rather stay single than have
Thank
to
you.
downplay myself just to feed your egos and make you guys
this
feel
is
better.
why I'm going to be single for the rest of my
I feel
life.
like that's a big reason why a lot of poly women are single, because like exactly like how Tasha said it. She said it like, we got this right, and it's like y'all can't.
And that's why I'm glad we're having this conversation, because like I told you before, like I do, that's something people will say, like, you have ego. I said, no,
it is ego, exactly.
No, it's not ego. What I'm saying is not ego. Is we have different preferences and what we're attracted to from a man and a woman. So it has nothing to do with ego. It has nothing to do with insecurity. It is that we're just attracted. The way we are biologically created to be attracted to you is different. So yes, it's just, and that's a struggle nowadays. Like I told you before, I feel like that's a struggle today, because of the culture, because of the movements nowadays. The way we attracted other people has always been the same, has never changed. And people are trying to change biology. Like we want women to change and we want men to change, but we can't change who, like the way we attracted to based on who we are on our biology. Like we're always going to be attracted. Men are always masculine men, always going to be attracted. Want to be the provider for the woman, and then the women, you guys want that guy that's going to be provide you the most amount of security. So I guess what the problem today is we are trying to go against that. And if you look at the data, right, the majority of the women that do get married and get a ring on the finger are the women that are willing to submit to the man. If you look at the data, look at the type of all the women around getting married, and the ones that are getting independent and are getting high jobs, which they're more have all power for, those are the ones that are single. And then as time gets older, they're not, and then they want a man, but it's like you said, as a woman, as you get older, the struggle is, okay, if you get older, you want to be independent. Most guys aren't gonna go for an older woman. So that's just the way I'm saying, that's just the world we live in, the world we live in today. So like, it's just, yeah, that's just the tough about modern dating today. But Peti, same question. What was same question? Were you willing to stay at home if you meet a guy, and he just, like I said, he just wants you to stay at home and he would take care of everything? Would you willing to change that for him?
Am I like well off in this scenario? Like I'm already.
What do you mean?
No, you had a job, Peti.
You have a job and you're doing well. You're doing well.
Okay. No, well, if I'm doing well already, what's mine's already mine, right? So honestly, I don't mind it. I mean, if he wants to go break his back and break a sweat, have fun, honey. Don't say shit when I start using your cars and I'm out and about.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's fine. As for the pictures, I think that's childish. Like, look, I've been that bitch before you met me. I'm still that bitch. Don't try to change me. But that's just how.
Thank you.
But MK and Tasha, I feel they have good points too, though. Like, you should change it. You should have more respect for your partner. But for me, it's like, look, you know who I am. If you wanted that girl, you should have went for that girl.
True. Well, this is true.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, he's telling you this right before he's gonna propose to you. So he's like, he met you, you guys are cool, but he knows that you love your pictures, but he knows for himself, like you said, we have to be true to us. He knows that that's not something he would want if he's gonna put a ring on the finger. And because the reality, so he's just telling you, hey, would you willing to do that if I'm gonna put this ring on your finger? Just give me an answer, yes or no. And if you say no, that's fine. You walk away.
So I gotta do. I got pictures down and
just the pictures just provocative pictures. Because I'm telling you guys, like most guys don't like. Most guys I talk to, that they prefer not the woman like to be shown like that. Like, cause I told you before, we're very territorial, especially.
But that's what attracted them in the first motherfucking place. Like what? Like that's what attracted them in the first place.
Yeah, but attraction and dating is different. But when he's gonna put a ring on her finger and this is gonna be forever, it's a whole different ballgame.
That's what I know that, but I'm just saying, that's what they're after. But at the end of the day, it's like once they got you, they want you to be someone a little bit different. They like the idea of you, the ideology of you. But when they got you, when they're dating you, they don't like that person that much. So Peti said she's just going to post half boob, not whole boob.
Yeah. So yeah.
Compromise.
I'd say no.
No?
I'd say sorry. Get up off your knees. How much was this ring?
Okay.
But yes to the job part, since I'm well off already. So
The job part.
go work.
Okay. All right.
Fine.
So okay. All right. So if you met a guy and he said that all those like provocative the photos that you out there, you want to take that down, then you let that guy go.
See, but that's what I mean. Like, it's so childish. He shouldn't have poked at it at all. He should be like, that's my girl, and I'm the only one hitting it. You know what I'm saying? Just be proud.
I know, but what I'm saying is, but that's how I'm trying to. I know that that's the biggest confusion now, because like that's the way you see it, but I'm saying that's just how we are. That's our attraction. So you guys might see it as child. That's why today is so confusing, and people are one of the struggle to find relationships, because like I told you guys before, like I feel like the problem is we're not accepting the reality of what men and women really want. Like when these are the men that come into you, this is what we want, right? This is what we want. This is all we want. And if you give us this, you're mine forever. And the problem is like we're trying to go against that. And the women, same thing with you guys. You guys want a guy that has a good income. You want a guy that's very masculine, and you got a guy that's tall. So you're telling us what we want. And the guy's like, all right, you want me to be tall? I'm tall. You want me to be have a good job? Okay, I'll be a good job. And you want me to be very masculine? Okay, be masculine. Boom, let's do it. But that's because that's what you want. So the guys are telling you, so that's what you want. So the guy can, okay, cool. I met all these things that you guys wanted. I'm telling, so you, because you have standards, I have standards too. So I have met all your standards. What I'm asking you to do is just be loyal, stay home, be feminine, and don't have provocative pictures. That's it. That's all. Like I said, he's met yours, and we met mine. And then the problem with modern dating is we're trying to go against that, even though that's what men want. But men, like I said, people want to not say it, and women just like you telling us what we want, but a lot of men are not accepting that. You know, you guys want a guy that's a good job, and the guys, oh, I don't have ambition and goals. Well, good luck finding a woman that was kind of married. Right? So you guys are telling me what we want, and then we're telling you guys what we want. But then there's a clash, and the women and the people do find relationships and do get married are the ones that accept it. They find a guy that's
they find a halfway mark.
Yeah, they're willing to accept what the man wants, and the man the men are willing to accept what they want, and those are the people that get married. And the people that don't get married and are single they're trying to fight against that. And I guess it's because of culture, society is telling, and that's the thing. And I feel like that's the problem to modern dating is people, we're trying to change what men and women really, really want. And because of independence, because of this, because we're unwilling to change. And because of the culture of this, it's just the way we are nowadays. But if you look at the people, like I said, if you look at the people that do get married, and just look at it, there's always the people that are willing to accept each other for what they both want. So, and then like I said, these are good.
So when Peti gets married, she's gonna take me and Tasha shopping because we're both gonna be still single.
Right, I'm saying, can you have an open bar while you're at it?
Yeah, please, at the wedding.
I was like, wait, this wedding? No, I comprehend what you're putting out, Will. Like, I definitely see the drought on I guess poly couples. I guess I could say drought, but I feel like I'm definitely wired, and I was brainwashed by like hip hop culture, living in America, and then the whole history here with women's equality. So I do see it. I see what you mean. Like we're such strong, aggressive personalities. It's like, why can't you do this? And we're just like, no, because that's who we are. Yeah. So I see what you're trying to put out there. It's interesting. Like I never noticed. But I don't see anything wrong with us. Like this is what's going on.
Yeah. I'm just, like I say, like I have
facts. I'm total facts. Everything that you said is exactly facts. But and it depends on people's experience as well. Like you said, like it's the culture, but it's also experiences that we've been through that kind of makes it hard for you to adjust or compromise or whatever. But what you're saying is 100% facts.
Yeah. Okay.
Whether we accept it or not, it's the truth.
Yeah. Like I said, it's just the truth, and it's up to us to make to live our own lives and make our own choices with what we want. So it's all good. And Tasha, kind of kind of quiet there.
I mean, I agree. I see where you men are coming from. Peti and MK said that. That's true and it's facts. So I mean,
okay.
I don't know. I guess it just comes down to people's personal preferences.